The Earth has always held secrets far deeper than we dared to imagine. Mountains, oceans, and deserts are not silent. They are prisons, tombs, and vaults, holding creatures that time itself wanted forgotten. Humanity, in its brief history, has believed itself to be the masters of the planet. But beneath our feet, the planet remembers. And sometimes, the planet refuses to stay silent. It began with the tremors. At first, people thought they were earthquakes, small and scattered. But seismologists quickly realized these were not natural. They came in rhythmic pulses, like the beating of a colossal heart. Instruments around the globe lit up with data no one could explain. In villages, old people whispered of forgotten legends, of a titan so dangerous even the earth locked it away. One night, in the barren deserts, the ground cracked open. A fissure glowed red, spewing heat and ash into the sky. From the depths, something massive stirred. Obsidian spikes rose like jagged mountains. Lava flowed like blood from the planet's veins. Then came the roar, low, guttural, volcanic. It was not the sound of an animal. It was the cry of something ancient, furious, alive. The ancient titan emerged, towering over the desert, 130 meters of raw destruction. Its obsidian scales shimmered with molten veins of lava. Jagged horns crowned its monstrous head. Its eyes, burning crimson, glowed like molten stars. With each step, shockwaves rippled across the land. Entire forests ignited. The air itself seemed to melt. Humanity's armies scrambled. Jets in the skies, tanks in the deserts, missiles streaking toward the beast. But the titan shrugged off the attacks like sparks against stone. Nothing slowed it down. And as the world trembled, one truth echoed across nations. This titan was more dangerous than even Godzilla. The destroyer had awakened. When all seemed lost, the earth called upon its guardians. From Skull Island, far across the ocean, a deep roar shook the air. Kong had awoken. The giant ape, 100 meters tall, scarred across the chest from battles older than human memory, rose like a mountain of muscle and fury. His dark brown fur was streaked with gray, his amber gold eyes burning with intelligence. Kong was no mindless beast. He was Earth's primal protector. And he knew the balance had shifted. He pounded his chest, each strike a thunderclap. The call was not just a declaration, it was a summons. Across jungles, deserts, and rivers, something stirred. In a forgotten canyon, the ground shook as another legend re-emerged, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. 12 meters tall, 15 meters long, its scales scarred but unbroken, its golden eyes blazed with primal fury. Once the apex predator of its age, now it would fight alongside Kong. Humans too responded. Armies reorganized. Scientists unearthed forgotten lore. They pieced together fragments of ancient warnings. When the destroyer awoke, the guardians must rise to teach it purpose. Alone, humanity was powerless. But with Kong and the T-Rex, there was hope. Jets cut across the skies, not to attack but to guide. Helicopters hovered, scanning the battlefield. Tanks rolled into defensive lines. Humanity would not stand back. They would fight shoulder to shoulder with legends. The world watched in awe as Kong and the T-Rex, once symbols of fear, now marched toward the horizon where molten fire glowed. The destroyer waited. And for the first time in history, man and monster prepared to fight together. The guardians had returned. The battlefield was a valley carved by fire. Smoke curled into the skies as molten rivers flowed from fissures. The ancient titan, Ignather, waited there like a volcano given form, its crimson eyes glowing with hunger. Its roar sent shockwaves tearing through mountains, scattering birds into the storm-darkened sky. Kong charged first, his fists slamming the ground like meteors as he barreled forward. With a mighty leap, he struck Ignather's chest. Sparks flew as obsidian armor cracked, molten veins hissing under the blow. The titan staggered but did not fall. Its claws lashed out, raking across Kong's fur and leaving glowing scars that smoked with heat. From the flank, the T-Rex lunged. Its jaws clamped onto Ignather's leg, teeth digging deep into molten scales. Ignather roared, stomping down with a force that shook the valley. The T-Rex was thrown aside, crashing into shattered stone. Human allies fired everything they had. Railguns lit the sky, missiles streaked across the smoke. Explosions danced against Ignather's armor, but the Titan shrugged them off. With a wave of its tail, lined with magma plates, it sent a shockwave that toppled tanks and split the earth. For a moment, it seemed hopeless. But Kong rose again, fists clenched, eyes blazing. He would not yield. And beside him, the T-Rex struggled back onto its feet, roaring with fury. The first battle was not a victory. It was survival. And in that survival, humanity saw a spark of hope. Far from the battlefield, in an underground bunker lit by flickering monitors, Dr. Elena Morales studied ancient stone tablets. They told of Ignather's past, a destroyer, yes, but also a
Target
purifier.
the chest veins,
Thousands
now.
of years ago, it rose not to kill without reason, but to burn away alien invaders who sought to enslave the earth. But Ignather could not distinguish friend from foe. Its fire consumed all in its path. It was power without purpose. That was why it was sealed deep within the earth, bound until the day balance was threatened again. Now it was awake, and humanity had only one chance to survive: show the destroyer its true purpose. Dr. Morales broadcast the findings to commanders on the front line. The message was clear: Kong and the T-Rex were not just fighters. They were teachers, embodiments of Earth's primal spirit. If they could guide Ignather, perhaps the Titan could become something more than destruction. Military leaders shifted strategy. No longer was the goal to kill Ignather. It was to endure, to communicate through survival, to remind the Titan of what it once was. As the ground trembled with another of Ignather's roars, Kong stood his ground. The T-Rex circled, eyes locked with the ancient Titan. And above them, jets painted the skies, not as predators but as signals. It was not just a war. It was a test. Could Earth's guardians awaken the destroyer's memory? The ocean boiled as Ignather stepped into its waves. Whole coastlines shuddered as molten heat radiated outward, sending geysers into the air. Ships scrambled to retreat, their hulls glowing red from the heat. But Kong did not hesitate. With a roar that shook the seas, he leapt onto Ignather's back. His fists pounded molten scales, each blow echoing like thunder. Sparks flew, lava hissed. The Titan roared in pain, clawing at Kong. On shore, the T-Rex lunged again, clamping jaws onto the destroyer's tail. It thrashed, smashing the predator into the sand, but the T-Rex did not let go. Its golden eyes burned with determination. Human jets streaked overhead, unleashing energy weapons. Beams carved glowing wounds into Ignather's veins. For the first time, the Titan stumbled. And then, something unexpected happened. Ignather's crimson eyes flickered. It turned its gaze toward Kong, who shielded soldiers with his own body, taking the brunt of a lava blast meant to kill. The destroyer hesitated. For the first time since its awakening, it saw not prey, but a fellow guardian. The sky burned as alien ships descended, unleashing beasts of steel and flesh. Humanity was powerless. From the depths, Ignather rose, a Titan of molten veins and obsidian skin, feared more than Godzilla. With a volcanic roar, it incinerated the swarm. Kong charged, fists like meteors. The T-Rex roared, golden eyes blazing. Together with mankind, they fought as one. Then came the alien Titan, wings of black and steel. The world trembled. Ignather stepped forward, chest glowing like a dying star. With one final breath of molten fire, it ended the invader and sank back into the earth. The destroyer was never the enemy. The enemy of my enemy had become my friend.